This is The Wretched, an actual play podcast of a game by Chris Bezette and played by Ben Maddox.
Episode 6. Time to take a walk.
Hello and welcome to this episode of The Wretched, episode 666, with me, Dark Lord of the Underworld, Duke of Rillier, and tentacle-faced Adonis, Cthulhu.
And me, Ben. Hi, Cthulhu. How's your week been?
Yes, it's been rather great. Me and Derek, hello, have been out tormenting the minds of cultists. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, well, I went to work and that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, no, it is quite interesting. I went to work. I'm working on a play and that at the moment.
Oh, are you? Are you writing a play that will send you insane?
Well, I mean, the process of rehearsals is sending me...
That's very interesting.
Anyway, sorry, can I... Do you mind?
What?
If I have a chat with the listeners a bit. This banter...
It's very good, isn't it? I listened to a podcast about podcasting and it said that you should have some banter, isn't that right, Derek?
Yes, Dad, you should definitely have loads of banter, because if you don't have loads of banter, the listeners won't develop a parasocial relationship with you and want to go out for pints with you, even though you find them repellent and disgusting.
That's right, Derek.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's great, Cthulhu and that, but, the thing is, we haven't co-hosted...
No, we haven't.
A show before.
I think it's going rather well.
Yes, it's going brilliantly, but I thought I should explain to the listeners what's happening.
Well, you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, you do the boring stuff.
So hi everybody, welcome to The Wretched, with me, Ben Maddox.
And me, Lord of Rillier, Cthulhu.
And don't forget Derek.
And the reason we're co-hosting the show is because, you know, as you remember last week, I had a cease and desist note from Cthulhu's lawyer, that is Mr. N. Loarthotep, mother of Pus Associates, and they said I could no longer use
the Cthulhu die.
Yeah, it's better if you say it every time.
I know, that's why I interrupted you. It's called collaborative overlap.
It's called being bloody rude, but anyway.
What was that?
Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing. Anyway, so, for me to be able to use the
Cthulhu die
again, we came to an accord. It's a sort of out-of-court settlement. My lawyer, Steve, met with Cthulhu's lawyer, Mr. N. Loarthotep, mother of Pus Associates, and we came to an accord. I would be able to use the
Cthulhu die
if Lord Cthulhu of Rillier would co-host the show. So, Lord Cthulhu...
Yes?
Tell us what's going on.
Well, last time on The Wretched, the ship's doctor, Ben Maddox, I think he should be called Cthulhu, really, he talked about stuff and that, and he is very unhappy.
You're very good at this.
I am rather. I've never hosted a podcast before, but I think I'm rather good. Well, it sapped their will to live and that.
And?
He was very unhappy and that.
You're really good at this, Cthulhu. Yes, so what happened? Our ship's doctor talked about the engineer John, who jumped in front of the beast. He sacrificed himself for the rest of the crew, and then the thing is, people lost hope and they took their own lives. He talked about the water smelling a bit like pee-pee, but he also talked about the skittering affecting him physically, and so that would help him with hunting the thing. And his main focus, remember, a ship sort of docked up against his ship, the Wretched. So his goal is to get to that ship. And yeah, so we're going to start. So how do we start, Lord Cthulhu?
Well, you roll up Cthulhu die, don't you?
Yeah, I do. All right, so do you want to do it?
Oh, yes, please. That would be great.
Okay. roll that Cthulhu die. Oh, Cthulhu, that's incredible.
Yes, I have rolled the singularity, the one number that will bring us all into unity under my tentacled face.
And my ultraviolet bumhole.
That's right, Derek.
Yeah, so Cthulhu, Lord Cthulhu rolled a 1. So we just draw 1 card. Isn't that exciting? So it might be a slightly shorter episode this week. But, you know, I mean, the thing is, when you've got Lord Cthulhu...
That's me.
That's right. When you've got Lord Cthulhu, I mean, you could have 2 seconds and it would be worth it because he's incredible. And,
I'm just gonna go for a piss. Is that alright?
Yeah, go on.
Me too, is that alright?
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone before the recording.
What?
No, it's fine. Go on. Christ. I'm not lying to you. I mean, he's a nice lad, Cthulhu. But, you know, part of the bargain, I've had to put him up. And try finding a room in your flat big enough for the Lord of Rillier. And the thing is, Derek, right? I mean, Derek's a nice lad too, but firstly, he's young and that. He goes out in Berlin, he's out till all hours, taking God knows bloody what. I don't know, but he comes back at 4 o'clock in the morning, cranks on his fucking eldritch techno, and then wakes me up. And, you know, I don't like getting up bloody early anyway, and I ask him to turn it down, and he's all right about it. But you can see both of them. I don't think they're going to try and kill me or anything. I mean, they're nice and that, but I think they're plotting to take over the show. I mean, I don't know.
What was that?
No, just talking to the audience about what I'm going to do next.
You were talking about me, you?
Or me?
No, not at all. I think this is an absolutely fantastic development.
That's good, because if you were talking about me, I would have to wrap my tentacles around your face.
Now, I know you haven't done this, but if you wanna talk, can you speak into the mic?
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Can you hear me now?
That's much better, Lord Cthulhu. Don't call me John. Is that your name?
It can be.
All right then, John. John.
And call me Derek.
Yeah, I do call you Derek, don't I?
Yes, and I find it very disrespectful. Oh, I tell you what though, my head's banging last night. I was down the Berghain, and I was in the dark room, and people were dancing around my ultraviolet bumhole because it was very exciting, and I saw some things you wouldn't believe.
It's very good, Derek. Anyway, can we get on the show?
Yes. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to draw from the deck of cards, as you know, and from that prompt, I'm going to write an entry into the journal.
Oh, that's right. So, can you remind the listeners what the different suits denote?
I mean, you're my co-host, mate.
What?
You're my co-host. This isn't your podcast. Are you telling me what to do?
No, I just thought it might be useful for the listeners.
It is. So, as you remember, hearts represent your ship's systems, your life support and that. Diamonds represent your ship's structures. Clubs represents the crew. And spades represents the creature.
I thought you did that very well.
Thank you, Lord Cthulhu. It's nice. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you.
And may I say, you look great in those dungarees.
Yes, very hard to find. Big and tall. Had to order them in.
Anyway, so I'm going to draw 1 card. And we have the Jack of Diamonds. Okay, and as we're only drawing 1 card this week, I'm going to use that as a liberty to sort of talk about things within the piece and maybe move the plot along. So Jack of Diamonds, where are we? Okay. You lose power throughout the ship. And while you're trying to fix it, the backup generator fails.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it is, yeah. You manage to restore power, but you need to cannibalize parts from the backup generator, which should never work again. Pull from the tower. Do not replace the block at the top of the tower. Remove it from the game instead. Oh, you bastard. Well, at least I've got 2 on the Jenga tower. Cthulhu?
Yes?
Can you get Bob with the drums to come in and set up?
Yes, of course. Bob, this is Lord Cthulhu. Set up your drums.
Very high-pitched voice, Bob. That's why he just sticks to the drums. All right, Bob, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Bob, get on them drums. Oh, I can't find a loose one. I found a loose one at the edge. And this one doesn't go on the top, which makes the Jenga tower even more bloody unsturdy. This man is a devil. This is devilish game design. Alright. Oh, gold. Oh, God, I can't find one. I can only find one at the edge. Well, I'm going to have to take one from the edge then. I've got too much stuff on this desk. This is very scary. This is very scary. Oh, Bob's arms are getting tired from so much. Oh, and it doesn't go. I was going to put it on the top, and Bob. So, this one is just going at the side of the desk. That's exciting. So, I'm just going to write in my notes. Give me a second. Have to repair systems from the backup generator. It won't work anymore. And as it doesn't work anymore, he will take other parts to build a ramp to the other ship and finish with him departing for it. Oh, that's good. He will take a portable recorder. There we go. So he can actually record from the ship. That's cool, isn't it? So yeah, so he's going to talk about that, and he's just going to be embarking. And I think at the end of the piece, he's just going to go, I'm going to embark. The next message I'll send you is from the ship. So, Cthulhu.
Yes.
Tell the audience all of the informational stuff.
Will do. You've given me this piece of paper, and while it's not written in diabolical runes, I will nevertheless live with it. So, thank you for listening.
You're very good at this.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. And, oh, Ben, you idiot.
What?
You've forgotten to roll the die for the weather beacon beanie thing.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do it again, Cthulhu?
Derek, would you like to?
I'd love to, Dad.
All right, then. Do it.
You rolled a 5, Derek.
Oh no, couldn't we not add a 1 to it so we can win?
I'm afraid not, Derek. We've got to be true to the game.
Well, that's it, Derek. Anyway, so, thank you for listening. You can go to the YouTube channel, 5 Games for Doomsday. Just search for that on YouTube. New videos have been going up then, rather excellent. And also, if you go to 5gamesfordoomsday.com, click on the pinned post, you can join the Discord. Lots of incredible chats going on about Splotter games at the moment, with one of the Splotter designers weighing in occasionally.
Yeah, he's quite an active member of the Discord.
Also, if you love this, and you love Lord Cthulhu, Ben, turn the mic off.
Yeah, alright, Cthulhu, the mic's turned off.
Shall I send mind rays through the ether to make them back the Patreon?
Can you do that?
Yes, you will be rolling in millions of pounds by the end of the week.
If you could do that for me, Cthulhu, that would be great.
Okay, it's all in the way I say it. Back the Patreon, or I crush your souls.
Well, thank you very much, Cthulhu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Derek.
Oh, thank you, Ben. It's been a pleasure. And I'm going to go down the Kit Kat Club to see some shagging.
Well, enjoy yourself.
I will.
And with that, it only takes me to say...
I'm going to write it!
Day 5. Salvage ship the Wretched. Ship's Dr. Ben Maddox reporting. You would be so proud of your useless dad. I could barely change a light bulb at home. Remember? You had to do everything after your mum left. You became so resourceful. Remember? They wouldn't let us have access to much, and you became a real electrician over time. Well, I channeled you today. You would have been so proud of me. I was sitting in the cafeteria, I just slopped some tinned peaches onto a plate. And the lights went out. Pitch black it was. Oh, it's so strange here, darling. It's like the war. I pray when the next one comes that you are far away from the action, darling. Far away from the... That's why you have to finish your studies. Even though they'll make it hard. You know they won't send engineers out to fight. They'll need you. Please, promise me you'll finish your studies. Promise you'll become something. Do it in my memory. Well, it's like the war. Endless stretches of anxiety-flavoured boredom. Just a low-level tension adding to the dull, interminable waiting. And then sharp, strong, intense moments of fear and anger, so sudden, so quick that they threaten to engulf you. Some of my friends in the war, darling, it drove them mad, unrecoverable. That photo of me in uniform, remember that? You were entranced by that photo. Me, young with all my friends, ready to defeat them. You always asked me about Uncle Robert, and I said I'd tell you when you were old enough. Well, I think you're old enough. He never came down, darling. One afternoon we sat in the mess hall on our base. We'd found a bottle of scotch, and after lunch we'd sat down to it. It had been weeks since anything of note had happened. There were talks happening with the higher-ups on either side, and so we just had to wait. Me and Robert were dead drunk when they attacked. I've never sobered up so quickly, I can tell you. Without a thought, I ran outside with my gun and helped to fight off their attack. I didn't think about Robert and all that maelstrom. I assumed he was with me somewhere, firing at those bastards too. When they told me what had happened, I knew what they'd do. You see, in those times, darling, there was no room for weak links in the chains. Some just never came back. We knew that, and we knew that we didn't have the resources to care for them. They asked me if I wished to do it. I had no choice, darling. If he was going to die, then it would be better if it were at my hands. I would give him dignity in death. You won't believe me, but there was no return for him. The sudden fear, it just broke his mind. He snapped at me like a dog when I went into the room, and then whimpered and cried. It was war, darling. We all had to do our part, and I did mine. Anyway, you would have been so proud of me today. It went dark and I felt that fear rise within me. It almost overtook me this time, like poor Robert, but I fought it, darling. I brought myself together. I fought that fear and I went out to find the problem. Thank God that we at John had left detailed notes. I managed to get the systems online again, but had to rob from the backup systems, so if it happens again, we have no backup. So I ripped apart what was left and I jerry-rigged it into a clamp that would force open the door of that ship. I've packed a portable recorder so I can send you progress updates. This is my last chance at life and I will not break. I'm ready to go now. So wish me luck and don't think too harshly of me, darling. It was war. I love you. Oh, I love you so much. And I'll do everything I can to come back to you. Next time you hear me, I'll be on that ship. Okay. This is Ben Maddox, ship's doctor, signing off.
All music by Chris Bizet. The game can be bought at loottheroom.itch.io. If you want to support the podcast, you can do that by going to patreon.com/5G4D. Thank you for listening.